In the golden era of funk, there was bass players, and then it was this man, the thunder beneath the Gap Band's groove. While his brother Charlie stole the spotlight with his voice, this man built the foundation of a groove so deep it shook the dance floors from Tulsa to Tokyo. They call him the godfather of bass, a player whose sound blended the slap of Boosie, the percussion of Jameson, and the fire of pure Oklahoma soul. But behind the hits, the fame, and the funk was a story of family, faith, and the man whose genius often went unrecognized. This is the story of the groove that powered a generation, and the man who made the funk thunder. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Robert Wilson. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on February 15, 1957 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the youngest of the Wilson brothers. Growing up in a house filled with gospel, blues, and R&B, music just wasn't a dream, it was a way of life. The Wilson family lived near a church, where Robert first felt the vibrations of live instruments shaking the floor. He was drawn to the bass, not for the spotlight, but for the power it held. The way one note could move a whole room. By the time he was a teenager, Robert's talent was undeniable. His tone was deep, clean, and confident. The kind of groove that made even seasoned players stop and listen. Alongside his brothers Charlie and Ronnie, Robert helped form the Gap Band, named after the three historic streets in Tulsa's Greenwood district. They started small, playing in clubs and backing up other artists. But their chemistry, it was magnetic. Charlie brought the soul, Ronnie brought the production, and Robert, he brought the groove. By the late 70s, their sound was undeniable. A mix of gospel, emotion, funk rhythm, and a new kind of swagger that turned heads in the industry. In 1979, the Gap Band exploded onto national stage with the songs Shake and Oops Upside Your Head.
Upside your head, say oops upside your head. Say it loud. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
But it was a run in the 80s that turned them into funk royalty with songs like Burn Rubber, Outstanding, and You Drop a Bomb on Me. Robert bass wasn't just rhythm, it was the backbone. He played with percussion and fire and giving the Gap Band a low end that could make stadium floors tremble. That's just not a groove, that's a statement. Robert bass lines wasn't busy, they was bold. Every note had weight, purpose, and attitude. His style combined the slap funk power of Boosie Collins with the melodic touch of James Jameson, yet Robert was still in his own lane. With fame came pressure, endless tours, label demands, and family's expectations. The Wilson brothers loved each other, but life on the road tested everything. Robert was the quiet one and the focused one, but even the groove master couldn't escape the toll of success. As the 80s faded, so did funk dominance. The music industry was changing and the Gap Band sound was being replaced by new trends. But Robert never stopped creating. He produced, mentored young musicians, and carried out that Tulsa funk DNA everywhere he went. Sadly, on August 15th, 2010, the world of funk lost one of its quiet giants. Robert Wilson passed away at the age of 53, leaving behind a groove that would never fade. To those who knew him, Robert was more than a bassist. He was a brother, a mentor, and a man whose rhythm came straight from the soul. Every time you feel that bass line under your feet, that was Robert Wilson. Now, for some strange reason, YouTube is only promoting my videos to 20% of my audience. So, to change that, just make sure you guys are notified. When you click that notification bell, make sure the bell says all instead of personalized, so you will be notified each time I upload. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by the Gap Band?